It's switching. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't talk yet.
Well, I was saying things, but I guess you were saying things at the same
I was
time.
saying
Right?
them louder.
But I'm saying them also too.
Yeah, but I'm
But I'm
louder.
also here.
I'm
I'm
louder.
also I'm
Louder,
here for
louder,
also
louder,
as well
louder,
too.
louder.
And we're all okay.
Louder, louder, louder. There we go.
Take that.
Yeah, bitch.
Take that, audio listeners.
Trap.
Trap.
I yesterday was Otis's birthday.
Yeah, I saw some
Big
pictures and
big
stuff.
day,
Little
dude.
cupcakes.
I made cupcakes. I
What kind
grated
of like?
carrot
Oh, okay.
cupcakes. It was like the regular shit you put in cupcakes
Mhm.
to make a cupcake, like a basic cupcake.
Mhm.
And then I grated up baby carrots, which was not. It should have just got big carrots.
Yeah, I think that would have been
I got a
smart.
bag of baby carrots and I grated those up, and it took me like an hour to grate enough baby carrots to put into the.
Aren't baby carrots just carrots that have been cut up into little pill shapes?
No, I think they take them out while they're still in utero. They're like
They're like aborted carrots.
no, they're like carrot stem cells. Because they like make you see better and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Carrots was a vitamin E.
Yes. Yes. Do you know if a baby eats a lot of carrots, their skin will start turning orange? Like
Yeah,
Garfield.
I've heard of like skin turning orange from too many carrots. I know it's just specifically babies.
Well, and like it happens,
Is
it
that what
happens, it happens, it happens easier to babies because they're little and they don't got as much of the stuff to block it out.
Is that
Also,
what
if you
happened to
feed,
Trump?
he probably just eats a lot of carrots.
Yeah, that's
He
probably what it
eats
is.
healthy, I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah. He's always ordering carrots from Burger King.
You know, that's what I was laughing at earlier was I was just reading a thing about how like Trump was doing a briefing about Afghanistan or something, and he got bored and was like, "Hey, why don't we order milkshakes?" And then he got
I thought
everybody
you were gonna say, how do we
milkshakes.
order carrots?
He's like, "We got the best malts, everybody. We should have a malt," and then just got everybody
Question is where
milkshakes.
they got it from.
The White House.
Oh, they just had the staff make it.
Yeah, well, like there's
Yeah,
a
they
lot
have.
of stuff in the White House.
I know they have chefs and shit in
Yeah,
there too.
chefs, a bowling alley,
Basketball court.
basketball
Trump
court.
probably took that down too. Fuck Obama.
Yeah. He's like, get this out. Let's put up a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What's the one? Croquet. With the mallets and the little staples in the ground.
Yeah, I think
You have
so.
to hit the ball through the staple with the mallet.
So what are you supposed to get into all of them in as little hits as possible or
I
something?
don't know, dude. What do you think I know?
Oh, you're white.
You're white.
I'm not white.
What are you talking about? I'm white.
You're white.
You're white.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you. This ain't white, baby. Oh, Jimmy.
Also, Matt's like wearing like an extra tight shirt and it's just like
this
showing
is
belly.
this is my problem. I was told that this is what fits. I was told this is fits. This is a fitting shirt.
But by who is the question, I guess.
A lady.
A lady.
Nicole told me.
That fits.
Yeah. She said you stop buying extra larges and extra larges because you're swimming in your clothes. And I was like, I don't swim in anything. And then I bought a bunch of large shirts and I was like,
I mean maybe it's like a motivation thing. Like
that's what I was like. I was like, how about we just cross that bridge when we get to it? And she goes, no, this fits. And I was like, I feel like it doesn't fit. Like my tan line's exposed, and
like
my titties are popping.
I have small shirts that I can still fit into. Technically, it fits, but I don't wear them anymore. I'm wearing mediums because I'm getting fat.
Hold up. You meant small, like the size small?
Yeah.
Wow. How are we the same height and you can just wear a small shirt?
I have
Thin bones?
I have a Dragon Ball Z. No, I actually have pretty wide bones.
Yeah, you do. You have a wide dick too.
Yeah, wrist length, foot wide. You know what I'm saying?
Foot long, wrist wide.
No, but I have a Dragon Ball Z shirt that's that's a small that I got when I was working at FYE, and I can still wear it, but it's just like, it's like that.
You know what FYE stands for?
What?
For your entertainment.
Yeah, you got it. It was a music store that ended up just being a multimedia store.
Yeah, multimedia. So
and now it's just like a store where you buy things that are based off of pop culture.
Is it even a store? Is it even around anymore?
Last I saw, when there were stores open and shit, it was in Arundel Mills, like next to the.
I mean, you're already smoking. You might as well just walk by.
I want to see like the Puma shirt.
The Puma store?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think it's somewhere around there.
In the corner by the mall, or by the mall, by the by the movies.
No,
Oh.
no. So like if you go down like where the Cinnabon is, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So keep walking away from the movies towards like the Baby Gap or whatever. It's on the right next to like this like jewelry place.
Oh,
Like
Zales.
well no like the little like kiosk, like jewelry
Oh, okay.
kiosk.
I love watching you slowly die off of Jimmy's secondhand smoke. It's fucking
I'm trying
hilarious.
not to like
Jimmy, go outside. Go outside with your secondhand smoke, dude.
um
Just now. Look
it's
at
been a
Sig. Look at
thing
Sig. He's
it's
crying,
been a thing
dude.
since the 90s.
He keeps going. I don't mind it because I'm white trash and I grew up in
You
the
know, I was
smoke.
talking about with my mom about like smoking and everything. 'Cause she used to smoke like crazy.
Yeah, Newports.
Yeah,
I know.
Newports.
Yeah, I remember her and your dad.
And it was like all the time. And then she like a little bit after she quit smoking, she like when she would be around people that were smoking, it actually started bothering her. Like before, she couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
But like then when she stopped smoking, it was like I can't even breathe.
At your
next to that stuff.
wedding, she was trying to sell me so hard on the Chantix patch, and I was like, lady, I love you, but I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm just gonna quit smoking. I'm not gonna wear a patch.
I mean, she quit cold turkey, dude.
She
Like,
told me she
did-
got a patch.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying like she didn't like smoke little and little and little, like smaller amounts, smaller
Yeah,
amounts. She
that's
just
what-
like stopped.
That's what I'm doing. I tried to just stop, but then hosting an open mic comedy show is literally hell.
Mm.
And when you're in hell, you might as well smoke. That's how I
Yeah,
feel about it.
I was super proud of her when she did that. Apparently my dad like
I'm proud of her too.
apparently my dad's quit now, but he like still smokes cigars every once in a while.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a thing that people like sober people do too. Is they'll smoke
Like
a
Bill
cigar.
Burr. Bill
Yeah,
Burr does that whenever he like stops drinking. He'll be like,
I'm gonna smoke a cigar. Cause
Yeah.
if have you ever smoked a cigar?
I tried to once with Luke, and it just didn't do anything for me.
If you smoke a whole cigar, it should like make you feel fucked up a little bit. Like you get a little high off it.
Yeah, then I don't think we finished ours.
I smoked a Cuban cigar once, and I was like, "Holy tit!" Like if I was like, I'm high as balls right now for like 20 minutes. I was like,
Because you're not used to that specific kind of high too. Probably.
yeah. And it's also like a lot of tobacco. Like a Cuban cigar has like, I think it's like 10 to 12 grams of tobacco in it, whereas a cigarette only has 1 gram of tobacco in it. So I'm like,
So you're like power smoking.
basically, and but you don't inhale it either. That's the other thing. You
Yeah,
just
you
puff
like,
it.
keep it in your mouth,
Yeah.
taste it, and then.
And it makes you spit a lot. It's fucking nasty.
Yeah, I did that too. I spit a lot when I did mine.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like your mouth was like dry, but not really.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so it was Otis's birthday, and I made
Yes.
him cupcakes,
Mhm.
got
With
him
carrot-
toys with carrots.
Baby carrots.
Yeah, and there's this little girl in my neighborhood who's been I think I talked about it before, but she always refers to Otis as her boyfriend,
Okay.
and I'm like, that's weird
Yeah, it is.
that you're
It
saying
is.
that. And so there's two things with this little girl. One is the other week, I was walking Otis, and I was all like I was getting ready to go to a show, so I was dressed fancier than usual.
Mm.
And she goes, "Why are you dressed up?" And I was like, "Cause I'm gonna go to a comedy show and do comedy." And she goes, "Oh, you do comedy? Tell me a joke." And I was like,
I hate that
maybe
shit.
you're a child." And then she was like, "What's Otis gonna be for Halloween?" And I was like, "Okay, thank you for changing the subject." And I was like, "I think he's gonna be a cowboy. What are you gonna be?" And she was like, "I'm gonna be a crackhead." And I was like, "You got the jokes, kid."
I thought you were going for like she's gonna be a cowgirl and I was gonna be his boyfriend. And we're
No, I wish.
gonna ride his saddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
It okay. So and then like so we're like I'm standing there talking to this little girl, and the lesbians who live upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
The
guess I could
fucking
retell
dykes,
that. Yeah, I
yeah.
could retell that story to you now on here too, in a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were arguing, and I was like, we like looked back, and I was like, ugh, they always argue. And she goes, yeah, that's gross. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, you know what else is gross? And I was like, what? And she was like, they like girls. Yuck.
I mean, I guess as a girl, there's that mentality
I
at
was
some
like-
point.
Like in my brain, I'm like, that's so fucking funny. But I'm like, I have to. It's the age of tolerance. So I was like, you can't knock them for liking girls. And she was like, yeah, I can. Girls are supposed to like boys. That's gross. And I was like,
Ugh.
yeah, I was like, oh, I fucking love this kid. So yeah, that was fun. She's 9.
I think my acceptance of like LGBTQ, the alphabet people,
Plus A.
the alphabet people,
Yeah.
as Dave Chappelle call 'em, is I try not to kink shame in general. So like
Oh,
whatever you're into, besides pedophilia and
agreed.
necrophilia, like outside of those two,
Bestiality.
bestiality, those three,
Okay.
uh, free reign, consenting adults, all that. So I mean, if you're trans, you're gay, you're a lesbian, you want to fuck everything that lives, whatever.
Yeah, go for it. Just don't try to fuck me.
Yeah, that's weird because you're gross.
Yeah. If you want to fuck me, you're fucking gross.
You better be like on some other level
Yeah.
because you're fucking disgusting.
Yuck.
If you want to fuck me.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Do you know what my dick looks like? It's not.
It's the shape of a foot, the length of a wrist.
No,
man.
that's yours, dude. Mine looks like a fucking rocket ship.
Like what kind of rocket ship? Like a
the,
Saturn
like
V?
the original one. Yeah. Got the little fucking
Like the-
gas tanks on the side and
It's
everything.
got like the checkered rim.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really pointy at the top too. Okay, so now like this little girl, she's very invested in me and Nicole and Otis, and it's like odd. It's really odd. And for the last like 5 days, she's been coming into our building. I don't know how the fuck she's getting into my building, but she's been coming into my building and knocking on my door at like all times of the day. And I'll be like, who the fuck's knocking on my door? And I open it up, and I'm like, Denver, what are you doing here? And she goes, can Otis come out and play? And I'm like, he's not a fucking
That's
person.
weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Why are you doing this? And
That's
she goes,
weird.
I was like, no, we're doing something.
I think you
right
might have been
now."
too friendly with her when you first met her
For sure. For
because
sure.
she got too comfortable too
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's been like 6 months that we've been, you know.
Chatting,
yeah.
like hitting
Yeah,
each other up.
Yeah.
We've been talking for 2 months.
So then she was like, can I come in? And I'm like,
No.
You're-
God no.
You're a fucking
You are
child.
not allowed in here.
I was like, did your mom say you could come in here? And
Call
she was-
911 on her, man.
She was like, I didn't ask my mom. I'm like, well, then you can't come in here. And then the other night, or on Otis's birthday, last night, I was walking him, and she came home with her mom. And she, like, came running over and was playing with Otis. And her mom was, like, looking at me like...
You should tell her, like, can you, like, tell her to
Yeah,
stay away from me?
I
This
was
is
looking at
weird.
her like, hey, get your fucking kid, right?
You should have
and-
looked at her weird, like, what the fuck is...
Yeah, that's what I did. And then she goes, what kind of treats does your dog like? And I was like, oh, fuck, she's in it now, too?
Oh, no.
And I was like, I don't know, buffalo. And she's like, bison? And I was like, yeah. So, and then
Blue
today,
Buffalo, right?
yeah, blue buffalo, which the Chinese are trying to kill our dogs using blue buffalo. Found
But your
that
dog
out.
loves it.
I know. That's why his fucking feet are all fucked up. I had to take him off that shit, dude. I got him on some Canadian food now.
Oh, they're pretty good over there, eh?
Yeah, they love their dogs up there. They play the bobsleds.
Yeah, they make them run down through the snow.
I did a rod. You gotta run the gambit there. You gotta go around the trees there.
You sort of went a little Indian there, don't you know?
You've got to go to the trees and get the doggies. The doggies need to
You
get to my
make them
tree.
mush and run.
You
and
come
run.
to my yard and you kick my dog. Do you remember that one?
No.
Jerky Boys. You ever listen to Jerky Boys?
No.
Oh man, that's a classic, dude. We should play some Jerky Boys on here.
So
Okay, so yeah. So then, their new thing is I wouldn't let them walk Otis before. They'd always be like, "Can we walk him?" And I'd be like, "No." But it's gotten to the point now where Otis is like so involved with them that it's just like I'll let them walk him. So today,
they're gonna steal him one day, and he's not gonna complain because they've been working themselves into his life.
yeah, it's so
I'm telling you that right now.
So today, she comes to my door. It's like 3:50, and she comes to my door and she's like, "Can Otis come out and play?" And I'm like, give me like 15 minutes. I was gonna bring him out anyway. And she was
Mhm.
like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, can I just sit in your apartment for 15 minutes until you bring him outside?" And I'm like, "No,
Stop.
just go. I'm trying to fuck my girlfriend before I come outside." And I didn't say that, but so then she goes out, and then like we're getting ready to leave, and she comes back in. She's like, as I'm opening the door, she's knocking on the door. I'm like, "Kid, all right, let's go. Let's just." And I gave her Otis's leash, and I was like, "Here, you just go outside with him. I'll be out in like 2 minutes." And I like shut the door, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Is fucking weird." And then me and Nicole go outside, and Denver looks at us and she goes, you know, you two are kind of like my mom and dad.
What?
And I was like, no, what? No.
Stop.
Me and Nicole looked at each other and I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, well, you know, like you're together and you have Otis and Otis is my boyfriend. So
Jimmy, sorry, Jimmy, this is still playing.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, it's still playing. Like, the timer's going up on this video.
pause it.
Yeah, the volume's off.
Okay. Just making sure
Pause it.
nothing was being, like, recorded in the background or something.
It's fine. It's the trap.
And the whole entire time we have a Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon podcast in the background.
That'd be fun.
Being trans is wrong.
Oh, God. We were just talking about it being okay.
Yeah. Conflict.
No, it's cool.
So you stole a girl and she's now your daughter? Is that what you're saying?
So then, I guess the story is kind of boring, but so then I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna walk Otis with me. I like, let's go to the dog park. So we start walking down to the dog park, and it's like 4:20 ish.
Eh,
Yeah.
No, Jimmy's.
You gotta do the camera.
There
There we go. So we're like walking to the dog park. All these like cars are coming by, and people are like slowing down. Like, what the fuck is this grown man doing with this little girl? Also, she's black. I'll just throw that in there. That adds another layer to it, I think.
Okay.
And we go down to the dog park, and we're in the dog park playing with Otis, and somebody stopped their car and got out and was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And she was like, "I'm just playing with my boyfriend." And I was like, "No,
No, stop,
no,
That's not what's happening. You stayed there with the dog. Let me talk to you about what's going on right now.
The guy was just kind of like, "What?" And then, like, got back in his car and drove off. And then she wanted to go show her friends that she's walking Otis today. And yeah, so we go over to where her friends live, and like they're all playing with Otis and stuff, and I'm just like standing there like, fuck my life. And this guy was like working on a car, and he comes over to all the kids because I'm just like standing there watching all these kids play with my dog.
So you just got this girl at the dog park. Her parents know that you're there with her?
I don't fucking know, dude. We're not at the dog park anymore either. We're at the street behind my apartment at her friend's house now.
Okay.
In their front yard.
I'm just saying you went to the dog park.
Yeah, I went on a fucking adventure with this little girl.
Jesus Christ.
So
it's the type of shit that like in the if this was happening in the 70s, that girl would be dead right now. It'd be like Bones.
What? Why I wouldn't kill her?
I'm saying like if she like in the 70s, everybody was doing that. Everybody was killing little girls when they had them alone.
Okay.
Have you seen Bones?
No.
Have you seen Bones,
You
Jimmy?
mean them Lovely Bones?
I've seen like an episode.
Lovely Bones, right?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
the
the
Lovely
I've seen the
Bones.
Lovely Bones.
Yeah, Lovely Bones.
Bones is a whole
It's a
different.
show.
That's,
a show.
yeah, that's
It's about like this autistic dyke bitch.
Yeah. Mid 2000s.
So that's, I mean, that would have been you if this
crime
was the
dog.
70s.
Right.
That would have been you if this was the 70s.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
No. I would be more like Bones.
Statistically,
I'd be more like Bones.
You
I'd
Lovely
be the guy
Bones.
finding the little girl's bones and going, "These bones have come on them."
so you would be who was it?
Bones.
No. Who was the guy?
Grisham from CSI Miami or CSI Las Vegas, the original CSI.
No, wasn't the dad from Lovely Bones?
Ben Affleck.
No, was
Ben
it
Stiller.
was it Mark Wahlberg?
I don't know. So I'll wrap
know.
up.
Go
So
ahead.
the guy who was working on his car, he comes over and he like stands next to me, and I'm like, "What's up, man?" And he like ignores me and goes to the kids, and he goes, "Hey, do y'all know why this man is watching you play with your dog?" And then Denver once again goes, "It's my boyfriend."
Stop.
And I'm like, and he looks at me, and I'm like, no, the dog's her boyfriend. And then he looks at me like, you just made it worse by saying that.
By the way, it was Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. Where's my fucking daughter? Where the fuck is she?
My fucking daughter.
Where's my daughter? I checked the clubhouse. She's not in my fucking
I
clubhouse.
just see this bag of bones here. They're so lovely.
I bet it was the fucking Taiwan people. They're getting me back for what I did in the 80s. They fucking took my daughter. They bound her feet. They bound my daughter's feet.
They found the feet.
My dog's missing.
Where the fuck my dog at now?
My dog and my
bones?
daughter. All that's left are these fucking bones.
What is that Mark Wahlberg voice that you're doing?
That's Mark Wahlberg.
Is it?
Yeah, that's when he was in Transformers.
Is that what he sounds like in Transformers?
Transformers and the other one when he's the I mean that's every movie honestly with Mark Wahlberg.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
So when he plays Sully in the Uncharted movie, he's gonna be like, Nathan Drake, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nathan Drake? Where are you going? Why are you stealing stuff?
I don't know Uncharted.
You don't know Uncharted?
I know Sully. He's the pilot who took that plane into the Hudson River.
Yeah, but
These fucking geese, they went in my fucking wings. I gotta fucking land the plane in the river.
Was it
Tom Hanks?
I'm Tom Hanks now. What's going on here? What's going on? I'm in Tom Hanks' body.
I'm not fucking hot anymore. What the fuck?
What happened to my abs? I used to have abs.
Why is there a bunch of dead kids in my basement?
I got the coronavirus now. What the hell?
My son, he's a fucking lame white rapper. What the fuck? My fucking son, he speaks like he's fucking Jamaican.
Okay.
Boy, at Bumble Club, my dad turned into fucking Mark Wahlberg, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Chet Hayes?
No, no.
You don't know Chet Hayes?
I don't know who Chet is.
Oh, Chet Hayes is Tom Hanks' son. And Chet Hayes is his rap name.
Does he do like Sean Paul kind of rapping?
Yeah, dude, it's not great. I wish I could show you. I wish I could show you today.
Ched? Is it like
Chet?
Chet?
Yeah, Chet. Hayes.
Ayes.
Oh,
He was in the Golden Globes doing.
yeah.
what?
Oh, you never saw his thing when he was.
Wait, hang on a second.
He was like, he was on the red carpet. And he was like, "Booyaka!"
Booyakasha.
I'm Tom Hanks' son. Booyaka! Blah blah blah.
Blah blah. Bumper clap. All right. This is Chet Hayes. It's not.
Yo, this is Chet Hayes for sure, dude. Go ahead and throw that fucking. Hit camera forward.
Let's go. I heard all about you. Everybody say you're trouble.
There we go.
But they wanna be around you. Everybody seem to love you. I can't get enough of that. And I think I'm up for that. I need a couple cups
He does
of
have
that.
Sean
Me
Paul
and you,
type
we just
stuff,
a match. The floor, you break it down, you bring it up, you touch your toe. And you the baddest girl around, and you let everybody know. You got that heat, you on fire, you got that swag, you got that glow. You wanna put on a show, you wanna move, and girl, let's go. Girl, you put in work, no, you look so good in her. You get
You gonna do this at your next concert, Jimmy?
Damn.
Chet
Jimmy-
Hayes is fire.
Jimmy, how do you feel about? You're the music guy here.
As musician, well, actually, musically, yeah, it sucks.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Do the Golden Globes thing.
To the Golden Globes.
Yeah, people got mad about this. This is last year.
Didn't who got in trouble for like just fucking with the golden, like the people in either it was either the Oscars or the Golden Globes or something?
Ricky Gervais.
Was it
when
him
he was
that, like,
hosting it?
Where like everybody was like, ooh.
Yeah, he was roasting everybody and calling everybody pedophiles and stuff.
So I don't know what I'm looking for. Is it?
It's like a red carpet interview thing. It's probably the second one. The second one will probably do it.
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we
Oh,
can
yeah.
finally
Yep.
do some beach reading.
No, that's Jimmy. You still didn't
Jimmy,
sign into
what
fucking
the
YouTube
fuck,
Premium.
Yeah, I have yet to do that.
Questionable accents. Now, of course, Madonna is the one that we think about first, right?
Yes.
So,
Portia.
Who the fuck are these jabronis?
For sure.
she's in the conversation. Now, the Queen of Pop is also the queen of the phony accent. Now, when she was married to British director Guy Ritchie, she sounded like pure royalty. Tom was honored with a special award at the Golden Globes, and Chet posted this video from the red carpet.
Oh, yeah.
And my man got all kinds of reactions ranging from praise to claims of just outright cultural appropriation. Check it out.
Oh my God.
Big up the whole island, massive. It's your boy Chatana, coming straight from the Golden Globes, you want saying? Me father told me expressing in a what, soon forward come. Big up, tune in.
So
Where did he like? Where did
his
that
nanny,
come from?
his nannies,
His
probably.
nanny's Jamaican and shit.
Yeah.
Just like watching like Jamaican TV shows and stuff when she raised him.
Yeah,
I
she's
would be
like,
okay with
Bombaclot, pick up them G.I. Joes, Chet Hayes.
I would be okay with that.
And
If
he
that
was
was
like,
the story.
he's like, Boyacard, Jamaican lady name. I don't know what Jamaican lady
Marie.
is. That
I don't know.
I don't know either. Is it French? Are Jamaicans French?
I think Jamaicans have some serious French influence on them. Yes.
Yeah, like Haitians.
Yeah. Yep. Haitians are very French. Which is funny because Dominicans are in the same island and they're Spanish.
Yeah, but because it was split up like that.
Yeah,
dude.
but like you're in the same island for a couple hundred years.
Culture's different, dude. I mean, think about blacks and whites in America for hundreds of years, and look at us. Some of us like honky tonk badonkadonk, and others like big old fat ass.
I mean, they're the same though, aren't they? Actually, honky tonk badonkadonk. It's funny because that's not really badonkadonk the way we think about it. It's just a round, small ass. Like it's
No. Honky
it's a
tonk
plump little-
badonkadonk is
It's a plump little full butt.
no honky tonk
Yeah.
badonkadonk is like, damn, how'd you even get them britches on?
Yeah.
Get the sheriff
I've
on the
seen
phone.
a lot of praise on what they call a big butt, which is not a big butt. It's just a full small butt,
right,
where it's not flat, it's round,
Yeah.
but it's not big.
but that's not a honky tonk badonkadonk. That's just a
It's
like
a nice ass.
yeah, that's like a honky tonk woman.
Yeah.
But you get a honky tonk badonkadonk, and it's like, woo wee, shut my mouth, slap your grandma.
That's the best way we can describe
So
it.
if you show an ass to a person from Georgia or Alabama and they say that's a honky tonk badonkadonk.
Yeah.
Woo-wee, shut my mouth.
slap
That
your grandma.
That was a big butt.
There ought to be a law. Get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how'd she even get them britches on? That honky tonk. Good donkey donk.
You guys just make this up. What
It's a good ass song, dude.
what is that? Is that an actual song?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's what was the
was
save
like,
a horse,
"God damn,
ride a
that's good,
cowboy,
Matt."
right?
Was it Big and Rich? Was it the same
Yeah, I
people?
think it was Big and Rich.
See, I don't know who did it. It might have been that. It probably
I mean,
was
I've
them,
heard the phrase "save a horse, ride a cowboy." It's not a very uncommon phrase, but
But they made a song out of it.
okay.
It's like
I feel like Charles would know all about this. song,
whiskey
too.
for my men and beer
Beer
for
for-
my horse.
I heard every single one of these songs when I played at CNR over the weekend.
I hear every one of those songs every day in my fucking head.
in your car.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm singing that. I'm going between that and that fucking David Allen Coe song.
Hang out with that big black dick.
Go figure. My wife
is that
ran
him?
away with a big dick.
Matt, that's a conversation we've already had, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna worry about
yeah,
it.
we'll pass on that one. All right, so then I guess I'll do the dyke bitches thing now. Unless there's something. I mean, how long? Wait, what are we even? What are we
I
at, like
couldn't even tell.
25 minutes or something.
Like 30 minutes. When you know this happens a lot, so I'll just address it now.
Okay.
If I'm looking at the screen, figuring something out,
Just
you
talk.
gotta vamp.
I
man.
know, I
You gotta
gotcha.
say something.
Well, here's the thing. I have to piss. No, I'm just fucking with you, dude.
Yeah,
I specifically showed up this late because I was like,
I'm gonna drip every little bit of piss out of me.
I was already gonna be a little late, as were you, because I was doing laundry.
Yeah, but I was in a meeting. so,
Right.
like,
And then I was like, it was like 6:15. No, it was like 6:10, and I was like, all right, I should probably leave now. And then I was like, but wait, I haven't pissed yet. So I waited 5 minutes and went piss, and then came.
I mean, I appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say that I don't, because I do.
Yeah, and it was a nice long one too. So across the hall guy, everybody's favorite trap character.
Trap.
One day I'll invite him in here, and we'll all.
I wish you wouldn't.
I found out his name, by the way.
Don't worry about it. You
Okay.
don't even know it.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I was doing my laundry last week on Tuesday, and I was in the laundry room. Oh! I forgot to even tell you. Before this happened, I went out to my car to get my rags from my window cleaning stuff to wash them. And when I was coming back in, he was on the front porch having this like heart-to-heart with his 9-year-old son about how his son doesn't tackle right in football.
Okay.
And he's
He's
like, yeah. And he's like, really like, he's like, you want to be great, don't you? You love football, don't you? And the kid's like,
stop it, Dad.
yeah. He's like, yeah, I love football.
I
And
want to
like,
be great.
yeah. And he goes, and what happens when you get in the backfield? What happens? And the kid was like, I don't make the tackle. And he goes, no, that's not what I told you. What I tell you when you go in the backfield? What do you get? And the kid was like, V-Bucks for Fortnite. And he goes, and what happens when you make the tackle? I get cash. And he's like, you want to get cash? You want to get V-Bucks? And the kid was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, so then you're going to make the tackle. And he looks at me and he goes, hey, Daddy. And I'm like, all right, dude,
Like, don't
stop
stop
calling me
first
Daddy.
off,
Please.
let's start with that.
And I'm like, what's up? And he goes, if you go in the backfield and you go to make a tackle and somebody breaks your tackle, you going to be pissed? I was like, yeah. Then he goes, okay, so then the next time you go to tackle them, what are you going to do? And I'm like, try to fucking take their ACL out. And he goes,
Like, murder him.
and he goes, yeah, you're gonna hit him good. Where? And I was like, in the knees. And then he looks at his son and he goes, okay, so where are you going to tackle these boys at? And the kid looks at me and he goes, in the knees? And he goes, no, you don't tackle somebody's knees. You tackle them at the waist. And I was like,
Yeah, but you
I
asked
just-
me
I just
what
said-
to tell him, and
Yeah.
I saw what I said, and you're saying the other thing. This kid's gonna get fucked up.
yeah. And like it was like 5 minutes of like him just like berating his son, but then being like, but I love you. I'm not mad.
Sounds
I'm
like
just-
my dad, dude.
Yeah. And I'm
You know,
like
that's how he used to like get on me about baseball. It's
and
like,
the whole time I'm watching this kid, and he's a fucking 9-year-old. Like
Mhm.
he just wants to play
Mhm.
fucking Fortnite.
Mhm.
And then like at the end of it, I looked at the kid and I was like, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 9. And then I looked at across the hall guy and I'm like, he's got like 5 years before this even fucking matters. Like
when I was 9 is when I was first starting to learn how to play baseball.
yeah, and he's obviously just starting to learn how to play football,
Yeah.
which I don't agree with a 9-year-old playing football.
Yeah,
Also,
probably not. It should be like flag football.
yeah, for sure. So then I go inside and I'm like doing my laundry, and across the hall guy comes downstairs and he goes, "Hey, Daddy, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, "Fucking stop with the daddy."
Ugh.
And then he was like, so I got this Amazon package yesterday. It was delivered at 3:46, and I was like, cool. And he goes, see, but I didn't get it though. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't take your Amazon package. I was working out at 3:46. And he goes, I'm not saying you took it. I just want you to listen to this. And I was like, okay. And he was like, so I was playing Madden at like 11:30 last night, right? And I look over at my girl and I'm like, hey, did my Amazon package come? And she goes, well, it says it was delivered at 3:48. You ain't get it? And he goes, no, I ain't get it. You ain't get it? She goes, no, I ain't get the Amazon package. And he goes, oh, well, my Amazon package is missing. I'm like, damn, he's saying Amazon package a lot.
And you like bobbing your head the way
Yeah.
he talks and everything.
Yeah, and I'm just like nodding along. I'm like, yep, okay. And he goes, so now I'm like, somebody stole my Amazon package, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah. And he goes, okay, so now like, who would do it, right? Would it be one of these kids? Would it be somebody in the building? I don't know. So what I did was I started thinking like a thief. And if I was a thief, I wouldn't just take somebody's package into my apartment. What I would do is I would take it into like a shared area where if I didn't want it, I could just leave it there. And I was like, all right, so you sound like you're going to steal something at some point, or you have stolen something. But
It sounds like he's already he'd already figured everything out, so he was just like going through it with you. So you were in that journey with him.
yeah.
But it's just like it sounds like he's leading you.
Yeah. So this is the first time I've ever thought like, wow, this guy might actually be a little bit smart. When he started like saying like I gotta think like a thief, I'm like, that's a gift. I'm a good detective, so I know where you're going here. So he was like, all right,
Renowned.
so he's like, so I came down here, right, and I smelled Black and Milds, and I was like, well, I don't smoke Black and Milds, and you don't smoke Black and Milds, but who in this building smokes Black and Milds? I was like, the lesbians upstairs. And he goes, right, the dyke bitches from upstairs. I was like,
That's not what I said.
yeah.
That's not what I said.
I was like, yeah, okay. And he goes, okay, now come over here. Look at this. And he walked me over to the sink, and he pointed into the sink, and he goes, you see that? And there was like the filter for a Black and Mild in the sink. And I was like, oh, that's a Black and Mild. And he goes, exactly. That's a Black and Mild that one of them dyke bitches was smoking. And I was like, all right. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Just finish this, please.
Yeah. And then he's like, and you know, I don't smoke inside and you don't smoke inside. We smoke outside. It's cool to smoke outside, right? That's cool. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And he goes, but who smokes inside? I was like, the ladies upstairs. The dyke bitches upstairs, right? And I'm like, okay, please, enough with the dyke bitches thing.
Stop.
And then he's like, all right, so now it's like, there's some evidence, right? Now I'm thinking, where in here could it be? So I'm like, looking in the trash can. He's like, you notice how the trash bag ain't in the trash can? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, so now go over and look in the trash can. And I looked into the trash can, and there's an Amazon package that was open, and there was like one like car light bulb, and I was like, "Oh, is that your Amazon package?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is. That's my Amazon package." So now I'm like, "Well, all this evidence points to who? The dyke bitches upstairs." And I'm like, "Oh my god, stop, stop."
I mean, I'm with him at this point.
Yeah,
I'm with him at this
and
point.
also like fucking 300 IQ on him.
Yeah.
For real to even think
No,
that.
he Sherlock Holmes the shit out of that.
Yeah. And then, and so then he's like, so what do you think I should do about it? And I was like, call Amazon, tell them somebody stole your package and get a new one. And he goes, yeah, I already did that. But see, the thing is, I paid next day shipping on this and I got it the next day. And now they're telling me I got to wait 5 days to get the new package. And I was like, yeah, it sucks.
Sorry
Like,
to hear that.
He's like, well, now you know, I'm going to have to holler at them upstairs. And I just wanted to like tell you that so that like, you know,
If shit
we're
goes
on-
down,
yeah.
you got his back.
yeah, we're on the same team,
You
right?
should have been like, yeah, I got you. And I'm like,
I was like, I'm not on a team here, dude. And he goes, but they wronged me, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, so we got to be in this together. And I'm like,
well, they didn't wrong me.
no, I'm pretty chill. And like me and Nicole have been talking for a while about how we need to move because eventually we're gonna get drug into something that we shouldn't be a part of.
Mm.
So I leave, and like 20 minutes later, Nicole texts me and she's like, I just heard somebody outside say, I don't know, those fucking white people with the dog. And I was like, fuck. And
That's us.
then it was like, and then she just said it, she could hear the lesbians and him yelling at each other outside for like 15 minutes.
You mean the dyke bitches?
The dyke
from
bitches.
upstairs.
Yeah, the dyke bitches from upstairs, dude. And I was thinking, and I like, as I was
At
like,
one point, you're gonna have like, if they ever animated this shit, it'd be fun to have like that whole cast and crew be animated.
oh, dude, you have no idea how often I just think about like making a show or something just about Across the Hall guy and like his trials and tribulations, because he's been through it, dude.
the Chronicles of Across the Hall guy.
I was thinking about like, you ever watch Martin?
Yeah.
What was the like Bruh Man or whatever from Across the Hall?
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I'm living right now.
But I mean, he's sort of like,
He was chill and
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Your guy is like, he's like your best friend without you even knowing it.
Yeah, he calls me dad. I'm his daddy.
Yeah, your daddy. That's weird.
It's beyond weird. But now that I've gotten all of my stories out. Also, I was driving by. I just realized there's this place next to this taco place that I go to near my house, and it's called Kung Fu Foot Care. And I just thought that was too spot on.
Why?
Because if you're going to a fucking manicure, pedicure place and a foot massage place,
Mm-hmm.
the people that are doing it probably know Kung Fu also.
Why is that, Matthew?
Why?
Why would you assume that they know Kung Fu?
Because they're Asian.
And what does that have to do with
Oh,
it?
hello. Let me
here we
kick
go.
your foot. I'm on Kung Fu Foot Care.
Oh, now we got the video
chop
with
your
the,
foot.
with the robot arms,
Chopper.
And-
Chop, chop.
and he's adding the eyes that he didn't do
Kung Fu
before.
chop.
He didn't do the eyes before. This is special, just for video, straight to DVD.
What eyes? What are you talking
The,
about?
the squish down eyes that you're doing right now.
Squish down my.
No, do it again.
I didn't squish
No,
down.
you're doing it. You're doing. You go ahead. Do another.
Oh,
there they
you
go,
need
there they go,
you
the
need a
eyes.
chop to your foot.
I hope that shows in the video, man.
Kung Fu Foot Care.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch. Actually, I got 2 videos. I want to see which one you want to do first. No, I was looking at this like, oh, it's a beer bottle just sitting in front of me.
Yeah. Do you want it? It's a Miller Lite.
No, I don't like the taste of beer. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I got
Now I know why your dad doesn't like you.
good. I'll never drink a beer again. So I got Rugrats equals Millennials, or I got Scalia talks law.
Let's start with Scalia Talks Law.
I thought so, and I have that ready right now.
Okay,
I
then
figured
go
you would.
Rugrats. Yeah.
I figured you would want to hear this
Because
first.
I love Rugrats, and I don't know much about Scalia. I thought Scalia was like a back problem. You better watch out. It's going to be an advertisement.
No, I already have it ready.
Sick. Sick.
Continued to have it. Nobody thought that the Eighth Amendment prohibited it.
All right. You criticize, and this gets to, as you say, some of your colleagues, another approach, using a word I have to admit that I did not know existed prior to reading your book, purposivism. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, you did. It's a nice long word.
All right. What
Purposivism.
Did he
I didn't
invent
make
that
it.
word?
No, he just said he didn't.
Oh.
You weren't listening.
I was too busy going, is that the guy from the debate?
Up.
What does it mean?
What it means is, and it's probably the most popular form of interpretation in recent times. It means consulting the purpose of the statute and deciding the case on the basis of what will further the purpose.
By the way, this is going to be very heady.
Yeah, I
So
can already tell.
I need you to focus on this.
I'm locked in right now. dude.
Now, textualists consult purpose as well, but only the purpose that is apparent in the very text. I have to give you an example, or you won't understand the difference. Let's assume a statute which provides that the winning party in litigation will obtain attorney's fees. The issue is whether that includes the fees paid to expert witnesses, which can, amount to the thousands of dollars. The purposivist would be inclined to approach that by saying, what's the purpose of this statute? The purpose is to make the plaintiff whole, so that the money he receives for winning the case is money he can keep and he doesn't have to spend half of it on expert witnesses. The textualist would not say that, but would say what is the understood meaning of attorney's fees? And in fact, it was never thought to include expert witness fees.
All right. Let's turn to.
So
this is an interesting thing. This
is.
is how people in law decide if something is legal or if something has been deemed legal by a very specific prevailing like either case or statute or law.
right.
And they take it like there's levels of literalness that they take things to. And one of them is, what does it actually mean? It's like that Bill Clinton. It depends on what the meaning of is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like that's like the type of shit like the mind games that they do with that stuff. It's insane.
Well, I mean that's like all law is the like
It's interpretation.
It's interpretation of words and like the literalness of things.
Yeah.
The literality, if you will.
And sometimes you come in with purposivism, and sometimes you come in with literalism.
Yeah, and you really need
or whatever he said, textualism.
Textualism. You need a little bit of both.
Yeah, but so this next one, it's about gun control.
Okay.
And Scalia is a conservative, quote unquote, judge. He's the guy like that the Republicans are like, oh, Scalia.
Yeah, that's one thing I never got about like a conservative versus a liberal judge is because
yeah,
like their whole
supposed to
thing
be
is
about like
the Constitution.
Yeah. So this is where conservative versus liberal might come into play here.
To an issue that is in the news right now with the massacre in Colorado, and that is gun control. You wrote in 2008.
There's a massacre in Colorado?
Yeah. Wasn't that the...
I'm just fucking around. I
Okay.
know. Columbine, dude.
I mean, so I don't even know
in
what
the
year
movie
this
theater.
is.
You
The
guys
movie
should-
theater is the
okay.
one that I was
yeah,
thinking
I know.
of.
That's definitely what this is.
Yeah, because it looks more recent.
I didn't know Columbine was Colorado.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
Aurora.
Aurora, Colorado. Was that
The
in
same town.
No, Aurora was the movie.
Was it
theater.
really?
No, same town. Aurora is where Columbine was, and also the movie theater.
Fuck Aurora, dude.
I know.
Why would anyone move there as a child?
I don't know.
It's a weird city.
The opinion in District of Columbia v. Heller, the majority opinion that said the Second Amendment means what it says. People have a right to bear arms. Question, how far does that constitutional right go? Can a legislature ban semi-automatic weapons, or can it ban magazines that carry 100 rounds without violating an individual's constitutional right to bear arms?
So where are you on this?
What do you mean? Like, what do I think about it?
Like, what is the limitation of right to bear arms?
I don't think there should be one. I think you should be allowed to fucking buy a tank if you want to buy a tank.
But like logistically, like you think just anything goes?
Yeah, I mean, the limit would be something like fucking nukes or like a fucking surface-to-air missile or some shit like that. Like a tank might be a little bit too much, but I think you should be able to buy any kind of gun you want for sure. You should be able to get like a flamethrower or something if you want one of those. And there should be places like if you're gonna buy a tank or something cool like that, it should be a thing where like there's certain guns now that you can only take them to a gun range. That's the only place you can go with that gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be something like that. Like you'd have to keep your tank at the fucking tank theme park.
Keep it just like locked there. When you come in with your special key.
You come in like bumper cars and everybody's just running their tanks into each other. Yeah, yeah. That's what I think.
All right, let's see what Justice from the Supreme Court says.
What the opinion in Heller said is that it will have to be decided in future cases what limitations upon the right to keep and bear arms are permissible. Some undoubtedly are, because there were some that were acknowledged at the time. For example, there was a tort called affrighting, which if you carried around a really horrible weapon just to scare people, like a head axe or something, that was I believe a misdemeanor. So yes, there are some limitations that can be imposed. What they are will depend on what the society understood were reasonable limitations at the time. There were certain location limitations. What
about these technological limitations? Obviously, we're not now talking about a handgun or a musket. We're talking about a weapon that can fire 100 shots in a minute.
We'll see. I mean, obviously, the amendment does not apply to arms that cannot be hand carried. It's to keep and bear, so it doesn't apply to cannons. But I suppose there are handheld rocket launchers that can bring down airplanes that will have to be it'll have to be decided.
How do you decide that if you're a textualist?
Very carefully. My starting point and probably my ending point will be what limitations are within the understood limitations that the society had at the time.
The thing that kind of bugs me about this is that he's trying to conceptualize everything based on what they thought in like 1776.
Yeah.
And there's so much different now. It's a completely different world. But he's also not shooting down like the idea of like there should be higher limitations. He's like, we need to figure that out.
Yeah.
But right now you have people that are saying, no, anything, everything, fuck it. But even a justice is like, I don't know.
But you have both sides saying anything and everything. Take all of them or have all of them. There's nothing in the middle. Switch it to turn the button.
Hang on a second.
You don't click that top thing. You unclick that top thing. There you go.
Well, it's there now. It's not here now.
No, you turn the thing. You don't press that thing.
No, because the menu's not up. I have to hit that first, right, Jimmy? Yeah.
And then turn it.
Now I go down to that and turn it.
And then you turn it. And now it's on me again.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I kind of like this Scalia guy.
Yeah.
I hope he does good stuff.
Yeah, he's dead.
What?
Yeah, he died.
What?
Yeah.
Did that fucking Ginsburg bitch kill him?
She took him with her.
I'm not going down alone. I don't know what she sounds like. That's just what I assume.
She sounds like this right now.
Roasted. Fucking take that, Ginsburg.
Wow.
Damn, dude. You got her. Fucking let's see her retort.
Can't say shit.
Nope. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm reading Colin Quinn's new book.
Is that
Overstated?
How good is that?
It's really fucking good, dude.
But like,
it's really fucking good.
Non-sarcastically.
What do you mean?
Dude,
it's a fucking great book. It's so good.
But good how?
Like, it's funny, it's insightful, do you not like Colin Quinn?
Insightful. Well, I'm asking.
Oh,
I don't know.
Insightful how? Because he's like, so he's done like a bunch of one-man shows about like the Constitution and like the history of New York and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, he's just like taking all this knowledge he has of, like America, empires, just like, you know, civilization, humans in general, and kind of like taking it state by state and like saying like, this is the kind of people that live in this state, this is the kind of people that live in that state, and like there was a really good thing he had about technology dividing people and stuff, and he was saying how like technology is basically like the Garden of Eden, and that the internet is like the apple, because the whole thing with the Garden of Eden is like the apple has all of the knowledge in it, and you can't eat the apple, otherwise you'll know everything, and if you know everything, then you know, like fuck shit up or whatever. And he's like, so why else would they have named it Apple?
Oh my god.
And like, yeah, and then he's like, and then like, it's like, no wonder
like
they
fake deep.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, no, but that's the point though. Is like he knows how stupid he's being by saying that. And he's like, so he says that thing about Apple, and he goes, and plus I heard Steve Jobs was a Satanist, so.
So he's like peppering in like some like ridiculousness in between like other ideas.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's so good.
Okay.
It's really good. I mean, like that's what he always does. Like he's on like his Twitter is just shit like that, like the Apple thing, where he's saying things that he knows are just like
He's like
douchey.
feeding Alex. What's his name?
Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah, like feeding those people.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Why do you think they call it Apple?
He's like the original troll. It's fucking awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So this one, I guess this will be the last one. Yeah, we're at 54 minutes.
We should totally make this the last one because I have to go away.
Yeah, that's right. You got to do some stuff with some nerds.
Yeah, and I'm also starting to have to pee.
Oh my gosh. All right. So this video, I don't know if you ever watched Wisecrack, but they do like philosophical breakdowns and stuff to things.
Okay.
And they're talking about how the Rugrats is essentially, because you're talking about babies in the 90s. So the Rugrats is like how boomers raised millennials.
Yeah.
And this is sort of like how they break.
Well, I mean, like the dad was like a hippie inventor guy, and the grandpa, I mean, was a hippie inventor guy.
The grandpa was a hippie-ish.
And then the dad was also an inventor guy.
He was an inventor. And like the mom was like this like hyper, what's that word when you think you're sick all the time?
Hypochondriac.
Yeah. Type of like attitude and stuff. So
yeah, they're definitely like the kind of people that would raise their babies based on books they read.
Yeah. Remember Lipschitz?
Oh yeah. Dr. Lipschitz
says. And then like like there's like a whole like thing with like yuppies and stuff in that show.
Chucky's dad.
Jellica's mom.
Yeah.
That's a yuppie.
Oh yeah, true.
Allowed to be kids. It's worth noting that concerted cultivation also makes a prominent appearance in a Rugrats All Grown Up episode when the kids panic over a 5th grade standardized test.
Oh, I gotta take the test! Oh, my entire future depends on this test!
Meanwhile, Angelica's mom urges her to start worrying about her college resume, giving her 11-year-old daughter totally normal advice, like,
you must do things that'll impress the college admissions office. Show concern for the environment, your fellow man.
The grand result of concerted cultivation was, as Peterson puts it, that boomers raised mini adults, millennials who quickly grew up and began mimicking the habits of adulthood. Cue excessive anxiety. Fittingly, the Rugrats are mini adults in a lot of ways, worried about living up to expectations.
Wanna go play in the sandbox? I can't, Chucky. Oh, my daddy went away and wants me to be the man of the house.
I remember this episode.
Yeah.
I fucking love the Rugrats, dude.
They're awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And then like when you look back on it like as an adult, you're like, their parents are fucked up.
Yeah.
Their parents are very fucked up.
Holy shit,
like
dude,
their
I gotta
parents
go back.
about
I
their
wanna go back and watch the Rugrats now.
their own child development.
When's she gonna be a big baby anyway?
Also fittingly, they're prone to suffering from real bouts of anxiety, sometimes sounding like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Life is so hard, Tommy.
Angelica, for one, becomes an expert at performing her parents' expectations of a perfect childhood.
What difference does it make who did what? The important thing is that we're all here and we love each other.
After all, family is really what matters, right?
Of course, she simultaneously develops a low-key, diabolical alter ego that allows her to vent her pent-up anger and frustration in the playpen. At the same time, she seems to innately have picked up her mother's love of luxurious consumption, a hankering best displayed when she harasses a mall Santa until he quits his job. So, were the Rugrats always doomed to grow into the anxious, depressed, burned out millennials that Peterson analyzes in her book? Maybe, but we wonder if their fate was really set in stone, and for one main reason. The same reason that makes Rugrats so fun to watch. Unlike a lot of boomers, the Rugrats folks are way too self-absorbed to be true helicopter parents. That is to say, their patented parenting move is to put the kids in the playpen and F the hell off. This was perhaps out of narrative necessity. A show about babies sitting on their parents' laps listening to classical music while learning to read at age 2.5 is a lot less fun than a show about kids wreaking havoc while imagining themselves in outer space. As a result, the Rugrats get plenty of time to themselves, away from their parents' neuroses and paranoias. Time to play, time to dream. And that's something a lot of middle-class millennial kids didn't get much of. Peterson notes that working-class millennial children whose working parents didn't have the luxury of videotaping their every burp often had a lot more free reign. That meant more of what she calls natural growth, or the conscious or unconscious allotment of unstructured time, which allows children to cultivate curiosity, independence, and learn to negotiate peer dynamics on their own. Inadvertently, perhaps, and despite their very real anxiety and neuroses about raising their children right, the Rugrats' parents give them a lot of this unstructured time to do the important things, like imagine themselves as pirates. This kind of play, according to Peterson, helps kids develop independence and a
strong sense of self.
Yeah.
So
wow, I'm surprised they didn't bring up the baby brother episode with Chucky, where he thinks he's gonna have a baby brother and it's gonna take over his, or Cynthia thinks she's gonna have a baby brother.
No, you're right.
Chucky.
I think it. Well, yeah, I know who you're talking about. It was one of them.
And then like he has the dream where the baby eats him.
Yeah. I think that was Chucky.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting because when you
don't point at me, dude.
When did I? No, I didn't change this back.
Yeah, hit the button. Hit the fucking button. There we go.
So I thought it was interesting because when you listen to like millennials that are the most sort of like anxiety ridden or whatever, they're usually like people that were raised by like middle class parents.
Yeah.
People like you aren't so like oh, this is the end of the world type stuff.
Sometimes,
but like not like I don't know. You're more well rounded.
Yes,
I think.
Yeah. Are you making fun of my tight shirt again? Piece of shit.
And I am in the sense too, because we're sort of like allowed to just go out and do whatever. Some people were like sheltered a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I thought that was really interesting. It's a good watch.
That is a good watch. I'm gonna check it out after this.
It's Wisecrack, and they do a lot of breakdowns like that. And they do like they like they cite their sources and stuff.
And also like the other thing is like people who had those like upper middle class parents is like instead of like the kids would be free to be by themselves, but the parents would also be home and they'd usually just be upstairs putting in butt plugs.